You must be new to media. Let me address your one rule. Rule number 1. When it comes to death, it must be on panel. Alright, let's go. Chapter 96 is a continuation of a battle that these people are about to lose their lives, about to get their revenge, is about to get serious, and I just don't know who to root for. When it comes to this chapter, I thought this was a hell of a chapter. So many events coming along, and it's just a lot of climaxes that we're just going to see some crazy development, seeing more characters in their different paths going along, especially with Akira. Now it seems like she's definitely no longer going back to CCG, instead going with possibly Marude. Maybe there might be more people with him. All in all, this chapter was a lot of progression, a lot of developments, a lot of characterization, and a lot of interaction that I really like to see more from these characters. When it comes to those little moments, it always feels like it delivers, even if it's a one-time interaction. It could be first time. That impression just already gives you like a good feeling. When it comes to showing the progression and the character without even having to highlight it or letting you know in an exposition way, it has to be Urie. He is a character that really come a long way. You know the development. You already understand his backstory. You already understand his background when we first seen him in Tokyo Ghoul, talking as a leader, talking, caring about his friends, talking about how to organize the teamwork. I really like when you see a character progress so differently. Everything about Urie, you just understand him, that he has evolved a lot. When it comes to that moment where he's like wondering if they could handle the situation, and he's like, yes, I know they can do it. It's like, yes, this is something you should have been doing a long time ago, but now you're a leader. Is most necessary for understanding your team, understanding the situation, and understand what priority comes first. What makes a great character out of him is also his monologue, his own thoughts that come and process. When it comes to those kind of things, it's always great to know what he's really thinking. It's also great to know what he's really understanding, and it's not very one simple minded. You get a lot of characters that just one track headed and just think about like, oh, Armand is a bad guy, Muski was in trouble, and now I'm here to save the day. And he's a character that is very intellect to understand that there's something that is more than meets the eye and more than what he has been told. He actually wanted to hear both sides of the story. I never doubted him, but just the mere fact that we hear more of his mindset just gives you that great feeling of his character progression development. The chapter itself has a lot of action. It's actually pretty presented nicely, and it actually feels like a lot of impact moments where you see Armand tanking them on, punch them. You could feel that punch really hurt, rather than something that a shonen punch would be just like ouch. But this way it feels like, damn, that really broke my freaking face. It's that kind of feeling that this action really delivers. It was always the tension and the way how tense it can really get in terms of delivering the action, which is something that I always appreciate. One of the highlights is the character interaction. You always get something new out of it, and it's always a very appealing and very genuine thoughts from multiple characters that really trying to do their best, really trying to save others. Case in point, Almon and Takizawa, Akira, who is down and it seems on the verge of dying, but she can be saved if she gets the medical treatment. In this case, it's really hard to even deal with that, so he has Takizawa to get out. And it's amazing because you know Takizawa always praises Almon, always look up to Almon back in the first series. This one, you understand a lot of things has changed. Takizawa is the one that's acting like a bigger man, acting like he is the superior. Even though they're not in CCG anymore, it still shows you it has a lot of different personality. When Alma stays the same, and he is really a nice guy to keep it up to his words that trying to save everybody as much as he can. Takizawa even come out with a tsundere personality, thinking like, you know, I'm not really saving her, I'm taking her hostage, that's the way I work. Come on, you two. You really get that sense of like something about the old Takizawa is still in there. It's just so sad that the situation they have been placed, the world itself is already so screwed up that they have to deal with all this scenario. Just seeing Alma getting ready up to fight them, you really get that feeling like next chapter or whatever the chapter he starts fighting, it's going down heavily. I like that one aspect of Psycho has to get ready to attack, especially with her Kagane. It's very powerful. However, she is on the fence because Almon is the person that saved her before, so now she actually get that sense of feeling like, is this right thing to do? We also get more interaction with Nishiki and Corona. Corona saved Nishiki time in order to get to Kanu. He's on the way to escape or something. The interaction between them is actually very new and it's something that I never thought I would see today. Definitely a welcome moment, especially with the first impression. It's a really bad one when it comes to just saying their nicknames, like the Four Eyes. But this guy come out with a Miss Flat as a wall. It's something like this. It's like really nice to see a lot of mixtures of different characters, whether they are familiar with each other or different from each other. Before we head into the last part of the chapter, I thought the entire chapter itself had a very good art. It's not the best. You can see where the sketch comes in, but you really get that tense feeling of one of the characters may die, one of the characters are really going to go all out, and then you just get that understanding how much impact those damages really takes on these characters, especially the Q squads are really struggling, and Psycho is in a thought of process of, is this the right thing to do? I could already see her being the main key. She holds the key to victory because her Kagane is so powerful, it could take down Alma if it get the right moment. However, if she doesn't do anything, then Q squad may get killed off or may lose. I hope Alma doesn't go that crazy to kill them. The way I see it seems like an influence by Kaneki from part 1. And lastly, the last part of the chapter is where everybody's talking about the most, and that is the fact that we have two characters finally coming out of the shadow. Well, actually one, but one of them is actually a very familiar face without even seeing the face, and that is Inimi. Now, before you think, did she die? It's never been confirmed. I remember vividly, last time we saw her, she was sitting down, told Kaneki that they're going to V14, and that's where their escape route would be. That's it. We don't know if they did die, if they actually made it out, or if they even get in there. We don't know. That was the way of Ishida trying to let you guys know that you have to keep thinking about this, because he never said they're dead. He never said they're alive. He just letting you know that it should be kept as a mystery. It is very clear from this last page. You get the idea that Ishida was made this as a surprise. The way how Ishida addressed it is more of a, I am alive, so don't clear me out just yet. More so than I was dead, but now I am alive. With that said, this arc gives you the idea that this is the return of a Teku. This is the return of these people coming all together, rather than the downfall never return, but more of a downfall but they will return story. So that's something that's really interesting. I thought it would be the former, but I would not mind for the latter, especially the fact none of them are really confirmed dead. If they were confirmed dead, a lot of explanation needs to be thrown in, and of course we still need explanation of how exactly is she alive. We will soon know who's the other guy too. I think it has to be Kuma. It does fit well, right? This chapter was really great, very exciting to see a lot of progressions in these characters, a lot of interactions, a lot of moments that we're going to see, a lot of different paths that's going to happen after this arc ends. It's not even just Kaneki being a king, it's just everybody going in a different path altogether. We don't know if Takizawa will survive. Maybe he will. The only thing I'm afraid is Suzuki is on the way. Let's hope he does not bump into him otherwise. And then we have a lot of things that's going on in the Rue Island with Irumi just being alive and just taking care of the last remaining part. So we got 3 parts that's going along, and they all come into a climax, and I don't even know how this is all gonna come down, but hell, I'm so damn excited. Chapter 96 gets a 9. But you know, Alma did say friends. It can't be just only Marude who can be on the side of Alma. Unless friends would be referring to Corona, but she's not even in there. She's with Nishiki trying to find Kanu and take him out or take him hostage, whatever that may be. A lot of things are just coming all together, and I'm kind of surprised how much stuff we're getting out of one arc, or we're getting a lot of one setting. Hopefully Ishida just doesn't go too much to the point that we get lost in the shuffle. I mean, I'm not lost, and thankfully we're getting to the climax, but it's like a lot of different viewpoint that we are seeing from this one setting. All in all, everything going well so far, but I am more curious at how is the end result for each of one of them. My thoughts are told. Don't let yours on hold. Leave a comment below. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this and want more of this, subscribe to my channel and my world will be yours to stay. Until next time, take care.